Hey everybody, happy National Cookie Day. It's Good Time Gal here. So today's live is about us celebrating National Cookie Day. If you know me, you know that I really do enjoy making a great cookie, and I always tell you it's about how you make the cookie, not about what you put in the cookie. So for National Cookie Day, I have decided that I'm going to do 3 different types. So this is going to be a chill live. So just kick back, relax, and enjoy. So for the first, we're going to be doing some chocolate chip, peanut butter, which is my family's favorite. They can't get enough. And then sugar cookie. Everybody loves a good sugar cookie, but I'm going to teach you the trick to having them come out like this. I don't know if any of you have ever cooked sugar cookies and you feel like maybe the batter has gotten runny or it's too dry and they just don't come out looking like this. We're going to work on that today too. But also want to point out, these are pre-packaged cookies, which I know I'm a chef. Some of us are supposed to say no, but it's National Cookie Day, so I want us to make as many as we can, as easy as we can, because that's also the beauty of a good cook. A beauty of a good cook knows that sometimes it's okay to just use the things that we have. So this is what we're going to be doing today, okay? So you ready? We've got some chill tunes. We've got some good vibes. So let's just enjoy our National Cookie Day. The #1 cookie in my area where I live is chocolate chip. So each state, our wonderful 50 states, we all have a different cookie that we like, right? So I believe in Texas it's the snickerdoodle. I believe in Florida it is the sugar cookie. But in Michigan, our #1 best cookie that we like is the jumbo chocolate chip cookie. So I'm going to show you guys how we're making the jumbo chocolate chip cookie. The peanut butter cookie, I feel like, is very underestimated. If you are a peanut butter lover and you love a nice glass of delicious milk, these are the best way to go. And if we're being honest, these are the easiest to bake because all you need, look at that. You just need a little oil and a little water, and that's it. And you can just bake them to your heart's content, and they're ready. The sugar cookie, again, there's just a little trick you have to do before you actually cook the sugar cookie to get it right, and we'll do it. So I'm so glad that you guys showed up. So we're going to do jumbo chocolate chip first. And again, like I said, Google, because it's National Cookie Day today. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to Google what your cookie is in your state and make it, because it's always nice. I always like people to get involved. And, you know, not only is it patriotic, but it's just fun. It's fun to make cookies. It's fun. Food is all about bringing everybody together, right? And if you've been watching me for a long time, or if you have any of my cookbooks, which I do have, which is Good Time Gal Cookbook, it is available on TikTok. But you know me and you know that I believe that food will bring us together. It doesn't matter what race you are, it doesn't matter what religious background. If it's a good sandwich, it's a good sandwich, right? If it's a good cookie, it's a good cookie. So that's what all these national holidays that I celebrate and I bring to you guys via Good Time Gal, that's what it's about. It's about celebrating with food and knowing that there's a National Clam Strip Day, there's a National Turkey Burger Day, there's a National Almond and Bittersweet Chocolate Day, there's a National Cookie Day, there's a National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day. Last month was one of them was National Bavarian Cream Pie Day, and everybody loved that Bavarian cream pie. So that's the point of this, is it's just to get you guys to understand that if every day is a holiday, why not cook like it's a holiday, right? All right, so we're gonna do this. And again, I got the tunes going, and you know me, when I get into my cooking phase, I'm not gonna really be talking much, huh? So this is gonna call for a tablespoon of water and then half a stick of butter. And yes, I have a sink right beside me, but since I'm live and you guys are watching, I don't want to do all that. So there's my tablespoon of water. And my butter. Thanks for the love. And with this, because it's so soft, like it's really soft, I don't think I'm going to be able to grate it, but it'll still come out just as nicely. See how soft it is? I don't have to do much. So I'm just gonna beater. I'm okay with the butter being soft. I don't want the butter melted because the heat from the melted butter will then melt the chocolate chips, and then you just get a chocolate goopy mess, and then you're not going to want that. I'm just going to stir it. I think in a single day, I have made 360 cookies. And I sold every single one. And then I had someone come back and ask me why I didn't make more. My poor gas stove. It was like, hey, we don't need to make more. Yeah, that lady she was pissed. She was like, you don't have no more? I was like, ma'am, you bought like 20. If you are enjoying this live, please feel free to give me a rose or a diamond. So it's getting there. We want it to turn into a cookie, right? So it's getting there. It's starting to hold that cookie shape, but I also want to make sure I get all of the butter incorporated into it, right? And for those of you who are like, ew, ick, these are my cookies. I'm okay. I've washed my hands. All right, they're ready. That was fast. So there it is. So now that they're ready, so now that we've done it, this is my non-stick pan. I like to make sure it's not anything on it. It's not. So now that I feel like that, and I'm going to wipe it down again just so we are all clear. This is how crazy I am. Nothing on it. But I just like to be sure. But no, so this is the non-stick that I like to use. It's pretty good size. I've used this forever, as you can see. It's one of my favorites. So now I'm just going to scoop this and put it on. And to get a jumbo cookie, you need 1/8 of a cup, okay? So what I do is I use 1/8 of a cup, and then I use a spatula, and I spoon it out, and I cook it. That's how you get a jumbo cookie. The more dough, the bigger the cookie. But you have to be a little more exact with each piece, right? So this is how I do it. And turn it a little better. There. In the oven they go. Next, cookies. All right, let's keep going. Make the vegetable oil. And a fork. All right, so peanut butter cookies are a little different than the chocolate chip. We just needed half a stick of butter. We needed a tablespoon of water for the peanut butter cookies. It's all about the oil. I told you, this is why I love it. It's easy. If you mess these cookies up, you are not wanting to make cookies. All right, so now that it's in and it's really nice and it smells delicious. It smells like great peanut butter. All right, so I'm gonna need a tablespoon of water. Here's my tablespoon of water. And then I'm gonna want 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. And the fork. These are also cookies you don't have to do a lot with. If you notice, I'm doing these with forks. I'm doing these with half a stick of butter, a little bit of water. And that's what food equity is about. Food equity is not necessarily about making the recipe with the most ingredients. It's about making a recipe that's delicious, that everybody can afford. That's food equity. All right, so now I'm going to start. I think we're almost, yeah, look at that. It's smooth peanut butter. Yeah, so we're done. That's what you want. You want it to look just like that. Another baking pan. I told you I do cookies all the time. I always have them, especially for this season. So the pan is also warm. It's another good trick. Always warm your baking pan before you cook. I'm gonna still use this fork because it's peanut butter cookies, right? I'm still using the 1/8 of a cup because we're making humongous cookies, right? We're making our jumbo cookies. If you weren't, you would use a tablespoon, right? And you just keep going up for the larger. Before a jumbo cookie, it's always 1/8 of a cup. Gotta set the timer. Nope, I'm leaving it. All right, so with the peanut butter balls, I usually scoop them into these squares, but I'm not done. You can do that with the chocolate chip because it's a little more malleable, so when it cooks, it's just gonna boil down and it's gonna make the cookie. But with peanut butter, remember, we just put oil, so it's a pretty hard thing. So I'm gonna use my little hand strength. I'm gonna make a ball. I'm gonna do it with every single one. See, just little. That's it. The last one. And I'm gonna line them up on the pan. There's always a free guy. I don't know why, he's just always that guy. So I put him on the side. Let's put the free guy on the side. No, I'm gonna put him in the front like that. And I'll do this. Yeah. So now with the fork, I'll push this down so you can see better. The fork is how we get those beautiful impressions, right? So I'm just gonna And thanks to everybody who participated in the Black Friday event. That was so much fun. Thanks for all the purchases with my cookbook, Good Time Gal, which is available on this live. For those of you who are just joining me, I am a chef and competitive cook. I came in 5th place in a cooking competition, and I wrote that cookbook as a love letter to my family who taught me everything I know. You know, some family members have trades, right? And my family, we are chefs by trade. We all know how to cook. Really, really good. And would you believe I'm the worst cook out of my family? I know. So you know how good the food is. I'm just gonna say that. But that's how the cookbook came to be. And then this summer, I went ahead and competed in another cooking competition, and I came in 9th place. And as a thank you, I went ahead and made some other ones. So that's the trajectory we're on, is we want to keep cooking because it's our passion, but it's also like my personal legend, right? Everybody has a personal legend, what they're good at, what makes them shine the most. And me cooking and teaching people about food equity, I think it's, you know, the funnest thing for me. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. All right, so these are what the peanut butter cookies look like. And I know you're like, well, they're awfully small, but they'll grow. And then these indents will turn into this. They'll look like this. Trust me, they'll look like that. So now we're gonna work on our sugar cookie. Sugar cookie is last. gonna get all new utensils for the sugar cookies. We have like 3 more minutes on the chocolate chip. And so these are sugar. Now, I'm going to tell you the truth. The reason sugar cookies don't come out as good is because we are not doing the crucial step when we make sugar cookies. The crucial step when you make sugar cookies, gingerbread cookies, and oatmeal raisin cookies is that they need to be chilled at least 10 minutes before you make the cookie, okay? So remember that. When making a sugar cookie, making a gingerbread cookie, an oatmeal cookie, freeze them for 10 to 15 minutes before you put them in the oven. They won't run and they won't be gloopy, okay? And if you don't believe me, you know, it's TikTok. You can always do that challenge. And oh, I was right. Because I was right. But no, for real. Sugar cookie, if you just look at it's super fine, right? It's super, super, super fine. So when you deal with something this fine, and you work with it a lot, like I'm gonna have lukewarm water, and then I'm gonna have extremely melted butter. That's how you get it to stay in this nice cookie form, is by freezing it. So I'm gonna do this. We're gonna put it together. We're gonna put it on the cookie sheet, but I'm going to be putting it in the freezer, and then these will be cooked. That is how I do my sugar cookies, and they always come out a hit. And this is pretty melted, so I'm just gonna set that in there. I always reserve these for baking, and I just need a tablespoon of water. And I felt a little bit, so I'm gonna do a little bit more, but not too much. So I saw a little bit run in there. I'm gonna use the fork. And with the sugar cookie, like I said, since it's a viscous, I don't want to traumatize it too much, so I'm just gonna let it fold itself. I'm gonna get the other cookies. Giving it 5 more minutes. All right, so now again, I'm just gonna fold it. to get in there. A lot of you are like, what are you looking for? It's the powder underneath. When I move it, I don't want any. See how I'm moving it and there's none left? I want it all worked in. And now it is. So that's how I know it's ready. There are no more sugar granules and it just moves sweet. See how that looks? Kind of looks like mashed potatoes. So now you see what I was saying about the consistency. It's a little too goopy to just put in the oven, right? So I'm going to do it exactly, well, a little differently. I'm going to add a little oil to this. Then I'm going to put it on the baking sheet. And then I'm going to freeze it for 15 minutes. And then I'll put it in the oven and it'll come out beautiful. And the chocolate chip cookies are ready. Now we put in the peanut butter. Yeah. Whoa, no. It's okay. It'll be okay. All right, chocolate chip. They're a little browner than I would like. Peanut butter. All right, let's move on to sugar cookies. Do you know why I'm not worried? And I know a lot of you are like, holy shit, she burnt that and she is not worried. Because they're going to get eaten. Someone's going to eat them because they're cookies. I've never had someone go, you know what, those cookies are burnt. I don't want them. So that's how you have to look at cooking sometimes. It's not necessarily about what you burn or what you make perfect. It's just about what people will want. People love burnt weenies and people are okay with burnt cookies. It's an astounding thing that I have learned as a cook. It's just one of those things. All right, so sugar cookies are ready. And remember, because see how gloppy it is, I'm freezing these. I'm not going to put them in the oven right away because they'll just run. And you don't want that with sugar cookies. Hey, the sugar cookie struggle is real. Ah. And so these go in the freezer. Sugar cookies. But before I do that, let me... In the freezer they go. 15 minutes. Say goodbye. And I know at the beginning, we talked about me selling cookies for a living, and I know some of you were like, I don't know, but yeah, I have a whole baked goods menu. It's true. Love to make them. Cookies, banana bread, pies, your girl can do it. So no, I really am serious. I make cookies for a living. And, you know, like I said, these are just for fun. These are just something that I'm doing with you guys because it's National Cookie Day. This is to motivate you to cook some cookies. And do you notice what happened when I burnt it? I didn't lose my shit. So that's what I want for you guys. I want you to cook, burn things, but don't lose your shit because it's just cooking. If anything, the reason you're cooking is just to give you a good vibe. If you notice, I am so happy when I cook. And that's because I'm focused on the task at hand. When you are cooking, you can't think about what people are saying to you when you're cooking. It builds your confidence. And when you're cooking, you can open your mind to other things. So that's really what today's live is all about. Or all my lives really are about you guys expanding your mind through cooking and having those tough conversations through food, right? All right. I've had a great time. And I think it's time for me to go. But before I go, I want to thank everybody for showing up. And I want to go ahead and let you guys know that Good Time Gal Cookbook, my cookbook that I have written, that's right, your girl has wrote this, It's available on TikTok, and it is a wonderful cookbook. I call it a working cookbook because every single recipe in here you are going to want to use, especially now. There is a home for the holiday section in here, and it is fabulous. There's also wintertime meals. There's also Valentine's Day meals. There's also meal plans as well. So please take advantage of this. Anywhere else, you're not going to get this deal. I promise you that. And also just remember that it's genuine. It's a genuine book with genuine cookbooks. And again, I'm all about food equity. So this cookbook is all about recipes that you can afford. It's not going to have parsnips or kale esca. It's just going to have something that you'll be able to put together in 15 minutes or less. I think every single recipe, regardless, I think except for like my turkey recipe, it's like 20 ingredients or less. And that's what it's all about, is making sure that we eat delicious food without having to spend a fortune. All right, you guys, I've had so much fun on this live. Please feel free to like, comment, share, do all those things that you do on this TikTok, because I don't know what I'm doing on TikTok. All right, so I'll probably be back tomorrow. I'm sure there's another National Food Day, and we'll do it. So happy National Cookie Day. Please send me your cookie photos if you have them. And thank you guys so much for being a part of this live, okay?